So today we're going to be looking at the grid method. So using this helps us get objects more accurate and proportions more accurate when we are doing studies, particularly of architecture and buildings. So I'm going to start off with this image. Obviously there are two different levels of challenge, so you pick one that is appropriate for you. So you can see here I've just started sketching out So you can see now we're going to be focusing on those finer details again, using that grid to help me get the right proportion. The fact that I've already got in most of those objects is going to be helpful when applying those details, but I am looking at where they are crossing the objects I've already drawn and the lines of my grid. So now I've sketched out my outline, now I'm going to start applying tone. So using the tonal techniques that we've developed last week, I've started really lightly applying my tone, and then I'm going to make that deeper when I go over it. So you can see now I'm doing a darker tone. I'm applying that tone in really small circular motions to make sure I'm keeping that depth and darkness of that tone as I am going on my image.
What do you mean it's freaking me out? Fine shading, therapeutic. I wish the kids did. What is that, 13 this morning? Shut off.
So again, we're using the grid, but this time it's a little bit more of a complex picture that we are drawing, and obviously there's more boxes to consider. So you can see again, I'm just marking where my object is crossing the line, and I'm doing this on this one, a box at a time, and following that line across those boxes. So you can see there, I've actually made a mistake, so I've changed that. And I've then looked at where my chimneys come in and corrected that on there. So following the outlines of your object, you can then work out where everything comes based on where it crosses the grid. You can also do this again, a square at a time, where you're focusing on everything and all the detail in that square, if that's easier. So it's about finding a way to make this method work for you.
Where's Nathan? Where's someone is? You sure Nathan's having his school today? He's definitely being all like office. Oh, Mr. Burt's gone up to him and went, oh, we've got a message from your mum. Oh, right. In case you might have gone in. Oh, right. Right, until then, we just need to consider the... If I'm on home this, will it show if something turns up on calls? It should do. Like, I've got to back. So that's both my different calls, is it? I assume.
Just that they've got two different cold cellars, so one with a hold and one with zooms.
So now I've got my basic shapes down, I can start thinking about all the details that need to go on this piece. So obviously I've drawn in the windows, looking at where the tiles would be visible on the roof, where I've got the boards going up the side of the house. It's like a Tudor style house. So we want all those details transferring to your image.
What we're getting to do is make lay different ones together on Photoshop and turn them to like we did last time. Actually, you know what might be easier? No, what you're doing there. No. Wait a minute. What you say, PowerPoint or?
Again, once you're happy with that, you can then start applying your tones. You can see I'm starting off with a dark tone here. Again, working in quite small circular motions to get that really deep dark tone there. And I then can apply that lighter as I go along.
Is that the latest? No, what we did. She's not been there, she's been a nurse, her husband works like takes people's prisons or takes people's calls and different things like that. And once somebody works at it. Well, some people's work at it. And then they're just like, and he's a bit blasé about it, so she comes to me like, he's a bit blasé about it. It's more like a turn truck, not you have to just come in and you like, and she keep getting at it. And so she thinks of her and it's obviously test positive for it. And then she was tired to work around the house, so that's 18 hours a weekend.
That's one of the things that it's sleep a lot.
And so she's then going to the 18 hour to test. So she was giving me, I was ordered a test, and it's come back positive, so now I'm like, you need to get interested as well, so I think it's positive. And she's trying to,
You carry on with it.